Behind all of this AI hype is a company you won't have thought about. Why? Because every AI you see is built on it. The I'm talking about here is processing chips, specifically GPUs created by NVIDIA. Now, NVIDIA has been the backbone of the computing advancements this century. Because of that, they've just recently reached a $1 trillion market cap, along with the likes of Microsoft, Alphabet, Amazon, and Apple. From gaming to crypto and now AI, what do they all have in common? The need to process large amounts of data. For gaming, this comes from the increasing complexity of the games, but also the improvement in the graphics. So other than this elusive company that makes chips, whatever that means, who are NVIDIA? Well, they're originally known for making computer chips that process graphics, but due to the next level performance of video games graphics chips, they've been used to underpin most AI applications we have today. So much so they've been dubbed to AI what Intel was to PCs. For example, ChatGPT was trained using about 2,000 of NVIDIA's GPUs clustered together in a supercomputer belonging to Microsoft. And each of these chips can set you back about 8 grand. Now you're probably thinking, what's a GPU? Well, first we have a CPU, which is a central processing unit, and it's where all the instructions for your computer are processed. Now you get a specialised CPU called a GPU that specialises in processing instructions for graphics. But GPUs, they excel at a specific skill, parallel processing. So to find out how NVIDIA have paved the way for such technological advancements as we have, we need to go all the way back to 1993. So it was the era of Super Mario and Mortal Kombat. And whilst chilling in Denny's, 3 guys decided to start a company dedicated to improving the graphics of these games. Despite a rocky start developing an initial flop almost leading to bankruptcy, their vision and talents were recognised and they continued to receive funding, which they used to create a few promising chips establishing themselves in the market. Fast forward to 1999 when NVIDIA Go Public used the funding to release their first GPU and revolutionise 3D graphics. Until 2006, NVIDIA were changing the game, releasing a new top of the range chip every couple of years. However, it was in 2006 that a group of researchers at Stanford University discovered GPUs had another use. They could accelerate maths operations in a way that regular chips just couldn't. It was at this moment that the CEO of NVIDIA made a crucial decision to develop AI as we know it. He invested in NVIDIA's resources in making these GPUs, which were specialised for processing graphics, to be programmable, opening them up to any data processing. And whilst this change was hardly noticed by gamers, it was revolutionary to researchers and consumers at the time, sparking early breakthroughs in modern AI. It actually led to them being named Forbes Company of the Year the next year in 2007. So whilst NVIDIA continued to develop in the background working with the likes of Tesla, their chips began to be used for more recognisable AI tasks. For example, in 2012, AlexNet was involved. This was an AI that could classify images. AlexNet was trained using just 2 NVIDIA's programmable GPUs. And the training only took a few days rather than the months it would have taken using a normal CPU. And so the discovery was that GPUs could massively improve neural network processing. And this began to spread to computer scientists who began using them for their new workloads. And so NVIDIA here seen an opportunity and they decided to invest in developing new kinds of GPUs more suited to AI. And since then they've just released more and more chips, more specialised at processing even more data than before. And so if we flash forward to 2019, you're able to see that their stock price has shot up through the roof. Not as a result of some speculative bets per se or, some GameStop shenanigans, but in reaction to the advancement and adoption of these technologies. Because cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, Ethereum, that kind of stuff, they rely on cryptographic algorithms. Basically, they have big sums which they need to solve to authenticate transactions and to secure them. And so the faster the GPU solve this problem, the more that can be done at once. And obviously this becomes more important with the increased adoption. And then of course, probably what you've all heard of is mining as well. For example, Bitcoin mining, which is when you solve complex problems to gain a fraction of a cryptocurrency coin. So basically to get crypto, you have to do a ton of processing, and to move crypto from one place to another, you have to do a ton of processing. And so then when this becomes mass adopted, now you just have all of this requirement for vast amounts of processing power, and that's where NVIDIA steps in. However, as the hype died down, so too did NVIDIA's stock price. That was, however, until the AI boom, as again, AI needs processing. However, the difference here is that the stock price of NVIDIA for cryptocurrency is based on the adoption of cryptocurrency, meaning when cryptocurrency involvement wanes, so too, at the same degree, does the amount of processing power that's required. One person can make one AI which has to be trained with as much data as possible to get it as accurate as possible. And so what it means is that a single person or a single business or a single product can use an unbelievable amount of resources. For example, as we said with ChatGPT, using 10,000 chips. And so the main difference here is that you only really have to have a couple of major companies that are doing a ton of data processing to train their models to really give NVIDIA an impact. They don't have to be mass adopted, although AI will. And so as you can imagine, the price has just absolutely skyrocketed, and so too has awareness of how dominant NVIDIA really is. And whilst this might look assured for now, in the longer term this is hard to predict. Because although they have been extremely successful, they're not alone in their endeavour to create the best chip. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.